Yes guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be doing my Euro 2024 team of the tournament. So I'll be going through a 4-4-3 formation, position by position, and picking who I think has been the best in their role. And I'll even go on to pick a manager as well. Before we get into the video though, if you're going to enjoy it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into my team of the tournament. Starting off in goal, I've gone with Georgi Marmeshdashvili. As the busiest of all goalkeepers, facing at least 17 more shots on target than anyone else, despite only exiting in the last 16. After a spirited performance in the defeat to Turkey, the Valencia shot stopper was in great form again against the Czech Republic, combining with a stunning victory over Portugal to secure their place in the knockouts. The subsequent Spain loss was never likely to be kept at bay, and Marmeshdashvili can't really be blamed for any of the 4 goals that he conceded in the defeat, to be honest. And obviously they were the eventual champions, Spain, so you can't really fault him. But he was great. He was great all tournament. Had a few good saves where you thought, yeah, that's probably one of the saves of the tournament. Kept Georgia in it, and if it weren't for him, I don't think Georgia would have got anywhere near the last 16. Many teams around Europe have been looking at him, I think, after this tournament because of how good he's done. You know, he's proved it on the European stage that he can come up against the best strikers in the world and keep him at bay. So it would not surprise me if a few top European clubs do try and lure him away from Valencia this summer. So keep an eye out for that. Up next at right back now. For me, it was quite an easy choice. So I've gone with Jules Koundé of France. Started 6 out of 6 games for France at Euro 2024. Kept 4 clean sheets in what was seen as quite of a lacklustre France squad this time around. Got in 2 editions of the Euro 2024 Team of the Week as well, once in the semi-finals and the other being in around 16. So he seemed to have got better as the tournament went on, to be honest. Just an overall quality player as well, you know, who can play at centre-back, can play right-back, do a great job in both positions for club and country. You know, I've seen him in Barcelona play right-back and as a centre-back. So yeah, he can play both positions really, really well. And at right-back for France this tournament, he was great. No goals or assists though, but he created 2 big chances per game and averaged 3 tackles per game. So it makes sense for him to be more of a defensive fullback, as he's not really, he's never been an advanced player. So he was great defensively, and yeah, it just shows with his 4 clean sheets over 6 games. Left back now, I think we all know who this is. I've gone with Marc Cucurella of Spain. If I told you this at the start of the tournament, people would have, you know, laughed at you, because a lot of people wouldn't even say he started for Spain. You know, you got Grimaldo just come off the back of winning a Bundesliga with Bayer Leverkusen, and Cucurella, you know, he's been in and out of Chelsea, you know, a few injuries, not been doing great, but yeah, he just looks reformed under Luis de la Fuente. You know, he's been great since he's come in for Spain. He started 6 games out of 6, he's got an average rating of 7.6 as well, averaged 2.5 tackles per game, 2 clearances per game, and a 90% pass accuracy. So his underlying numbers were great this summer. He seems to have left the club form behind, and where he struggled to stay consistent under Pochettino and was deemed a flop by many, especially Gary Neville, who said at the start of the tournament that Spain would not get close because Cucurella is in the team. And now look at him, you know, he's won the whole thing. So fair play to Cucurella. You know, he's proved a lot of people wrong, including me. I didn't think he was very good, but he's stayed consistent throughout the whole tournament. And yeah, for me, definitely deserves to be in at least left back spot. Given that he's performed on the big stage, I could see him maybe, you know, looking about maybe away from Chelsea, or even trying to make a claim for that top spot over Ben Chilwell. So if he doesn't get the game time he deserves, then rightfully so, you know, he'll be looking elsewhere, and a lot of suitors will be coming in for him because of how good he's done this tournament. So yeah, for me, it was quite an easy choice for this one. At left back, I've gone with Marc Cucurella. Now onto the centre backs now. We're sticking with Spain. We've gone with Aymeric Laporte. So after moving to Saudi Arabian side Al Nassr last summer from Man City, many predicted Laporte's career was over, you know, a drop in opposition level, you know, not playing against the best strikers in the world. You know, he's been the complete opposite, and the Spaniard started 5 out of 6 games. He got an average rating of 7.3 this tournament, which again no one would have expected from a player playing in the Saudi Arabian League. Yeah, against France in the semi-finals, he was great. You know, 5 clearances, a 91% pass accuracy, and was also good against Germany. You know, had 8 clearances, won 5 out of 5 of his duels, got a 93% pass accuracy. So 2 really quality top performances against some of the biggest sides in the competition, and went on to win the Euros against England. Played very well in that game as well. So yeah, he's just been great. It's just a shame that he is in Saudi. You know, you can tell he's got a lot to offer still for the European game, and might be seen by many as quite of a waste out in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, for me at centre back, I've gone with Aymeric Laporte. Next to him there in the back line, I've gone with a France player again, and I've gone with William Saliba. Same with Koundé. He kept 4 clean sheets from 6 starts with France, which were obviously knocked out in the semi-final by Spain. Saliba kept an average rating of 7.1 throughout the tournament, and every time I watched him play, you know, he always had control over his marker. He just showed how good he was, really, and how mature he plays for a player who's only 23, you know, barely hitting his prime yet, and he's just pocketing some really, really good strikers, and just looks comfortable where, you know, whatever game he's in. Average over 3 ball recoveries per game, 5 clearances per game, so definitely deserves to be in here for his defensive actions, and he'll go on to be a Premier League great if he keeps that. Arsenal, you know, they're bound to win something soon. They've got such a great squad, and he is at the heart of that, and when he's not there, you notice it. So yeah, for me, alongside Laporte in defence, I've gone with William Saliba. Up next now, in the 3 in midfield, I've gone with, one of them is going back to Spain, and it's Fabian Ruiz. Started 6 games, got 2 goals and 2 assists, got an average rating of 8, which is quality, you know, considering he's only started about, I think it was 14 games for PSG last season, and he's just been amazing at national level. Again, De La Fuente seems to have got these types of players, Cucurella, Fabian Ruiz, sort of outcast at their clubs and revitalise them into quality, hard-working players. And yeah, it's just amazing to see those two excelling, and Fabian Ruiz looks like a great player and someone who should be getting more game time at PSG. Ruiz overall has been great and definitely deserves to be in this team, and will hopefully use this tournament to further his club career, you know, maybe get that starting spot nailed on at PSG or look away, you know. Definitely have suitors in Spain after his performances, even in maybe going back to Italy with Napoli, you know, something like that. It wouldn't surprise me. So for me, one of the centre mids is Fabian Ruiz. Next to midfield, going back to France, I've gone with N'Golo Kante. I feel like he was just another amazing performance from him, especially where, again, like Laporte, he's gone to the Saudi Arabian League, Saudi Pro League. We're expecting the performance levels to drop. You know, he's ageing. I think he's 33 now. You know, this typical Kante, you know, box to box, getting up and down, constantly a hard-working midfielder in there. And yeah, I feel like he's one of France's best players, you know, in a very lacklustre team this tournament. Got an average rating of 7.3 in the 6 games he started, averaging 90% pass accuracy per game, 2 tackles per game, 5 ball recoveries per game, and 1 interception per game. Just doing what Kante does, really, you know, breaking up the opposition attacks, not letting opposition control the midfield, and just being a shield for his defence. You know, he's playing in Saudi Arabia and he's still got it. And again, another one who could easily be still in Europe and, you know, winning stuff in Europe. But, you know, that's the career path they've chosen. They've gone to Saudi Arabia and, yeah, but they're still doing great for their national team, so I don't think they'll care. Next to him, the main man who was probably one of the best, if not the best player at the Euros for me, Rodri of Spain. No matter what side he's in, he seems to be one of, if not the main men in that team. You know, you look at City in these past few seasons, he is one of their main men, if not the main man. And now Spain, I think like he is the main guy. You know, without him, they'd struggle. You know, he's like the backbone of both these teams he plays for. Started 6 games, got a goal in the round of 16 against Georgia in a 4-1 win. Has a 94% pass accuracy per game, with also 1 key pass per game. Like, it's 94% pass accuracy is crazy. The man is he's a machine. Nearly 3 tackles per game and a massive 8 ball recoveries per game. You know, he does everything in that midfield, and he's just such a complete player, whether it's breaking up the opposition attack, scoring key goals as well, and just overall dictating the tempo of any game he's in. Went off at half-time in the final, but throughout the tournament, you know, he's great and he deserves to lift it at the end. It was a shame he went off at half-time, but so yeah, for me at centre mid, I've gone with Rodri. Now onto the wingers. We'll start with the right winger. I think there's only one option here. Lamine Yamal. Coming to the tournament as one of, you know, a one to watch maybe, you know, could surprise a few. And now he's one of the most exciting players in the world to watch, and touted by many as Barcelona's next, you know, like Messi figure, especially with the age as well. He's only 16, just turned 17, sorry. Yeah, he's just amazing, you know. I don't really want to compare him to Messi, because obviously we know how good he's been, but Messi wasn't doing this at this age. You know, he wasn't ripping up competitions like this that he is now. It's crazy to think how young he is and how much of an impact he is making. The way he dribbles, the way he manipulates the ball, you'd think he's in his mid-20s, you know, how confident he is on the ball, not afraid to lose it as well, will drive at any player. And saw it multiple times over the tournament as well, you know, great performances against England in the final, France in the semi-finals, and Germany in the quarters. So big performances in the business end of the tournament for me. And that's what separates, you know, the wonder kids from the genuine world-class players. You know, wonder kids, yeah, they'll have 1 or 2 or 3 big games, you know, they'll play well, maybe get a goal or an assist in one of them, but he wasn't doing that. He was doing way more than that. He was, you know, going from the round of 16 to the final, quality against the biggest teams in Europe. He's performing game in, game out. He got 1 goal and 4 assists in the tournament, and 4 of those goal contributions came in the round of 16 onwards. So The man is for the big occasions, and that is what the world-class players do. Got nearly 3 key passes per game, which explains his 4 assists. Just an exciting player to watch, and can sort of see him, you know, revolutionising that Barcelona team, especially with that new wave of La Masia talents coming through. You know, you got Pedri, Gavi, Yamal, Kabasi, Balde. Yeah, he'll be at the forefront of that, and an exciting player with an exciting future. So yeah, no matter what, he was going to be in this team. Probably one of the first names on the team sheet for me, Lamine Yamal. At left wing now, again, a lot of people I think will be screaming at me, Nico Williams. But for me, I've gone with Cody Gakpo of Netherlands. I can see why people are saying Nico Williams. You know, obviously scored in the final, but I'll just compare the two. So Gakpo and Williams played the same amount of games, which was 6. Gakpo got 3 goals and 1 assist, and Nico Williams got 2 goals, 1 assist. Gakpo got an average rating of 7.7, while Nico Williams got a 7.3. Obviously, it's very fine margins. You know, I'm not saying one is clearly better than the other. It's very, very close. But for me, I just feel like Gakpo had a better tournament. Obviously, as I said, Nico Williams got to the final. You know, that is deemed as a better tournament. But for the player themselves, I feel like Gakpo had the better tournament. Opening game against Poland, he was great, got a goal, and just looked great throughout the game. And the game that I think put it over the line for me was against Romania. He was absolutely quality. Got a goal and an assist. Even had a goal disallowed as well. But throughout that whole game, he looked so dangerous and just looked like scoring with every attack that he had. In tournaments, he seems to turn up for him, you know. He got that move to Liverpool off the back of Qatar. So yeah, for me, he's a big game player for the Netherlands in these tournaments. So yeah, for me at left wing, it was close, but I went with Cody Gakpo. Now at striker, this tournament was probably one of the worst tournaments ever in terms of, you know, quality of strikers. You know, you got Kane, Mbappe, Ronaldo, Lukaku, all flopping at this tournament. You know, these were players who were expected to be, you know, at the forefront of the team, dragging them through games. So it was very slim pickings for me, and I went with a player who just, you know, caught my eye every time I watched him, and it was Georgis Mikadze. I think that's how you pronounce it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Georgia, as I said, you know, were the surprise of the tournament. Every time they went forward, you know, with Kvaratskhelia and Mikadze, they were so dangerous. You know, it looked like every time they go forward, they'd look like they're going to score. Every time they did go forward, you'd see either Mikadze scoring the goals, Kvaratskhelia setting them up. Yeah, his overall build-up play and his finishing was quality, you know. 3 goals and 1 assist in 4 games, created 2 big chances, and had 2 shots per game. So in this Georgia side, who are coming into the tournament, with the lowest ranked side in the tournament, that's the 75th in the world, he was able to get shots off target, create things, and credit to him, because that's how good he's been this tournament. You know, there's so few attacks that he has compared to everyone else. He was making them count. You know, he was making it count for Georgia, scoring the goals, and yeah, for me, I just feel like he deserved to be in the team because of how good he's been, and he's just outshone some of the biggest stars in the tournament. So yeah, for me at striker, it's Georgis Mikadze. So going on to the manager now, I've gone with obviously the winners of the tournament, Luis de la Fuente. Well, obviously because he won the whole thing, you know, he deserves to be the manager. I just feel like he has his team playing with freedom. You know, Spain looks so good. You know, got players who weren't playing great for their club, as I said, the Cucurellas, your Fabian Ruizes, got on playing 8 out of 10 performances every game, and that is a sign of a great manager. You know, getting them players who maybe aren't seen as a great player overall in other places, getting them to perform in a great system, you know, making them fit in. It's fantastic, and he trusted the youth as well. Had Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams on both wings, you know, very young, very sort of raw, if you like, and got them performing, and that's sort of the stuff that I wanted to see from England, you know, trusting the youth. But yeah, Spain just nailed it to perfection, and for me, Spain have finally found some sort of stability in their managerial role. Since Vincent Del Bosque was manager, you know, the longest serving manager was Luis Enrique with 39 games in his longest stint with Spain. So hopefully some stability does come with Spain. You know, you can help them get back to how they were in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and keep bringing them success. So full credit to him and his coaching staff, because they have been great, and yeah, he deserves to be the manager of the tournament for me. So that is that for that video, guys. Any you disagree with or agree with, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you in the next one.